Here are the 5 good reasons why you need to resign from your present place of work to go and work in another place. Number 1 is for you to be able to gain enough exposure. Looking at the story now, the man had worked in a place for 10 years as if that was not good enough, but when he needed another job through us, the organization that wanted to employ him insisted that he had no enough experience that they demanded. Why? Because the man had worked in a particular place for 10 years. They believe he had no so much exposure demanded by them. This can happen to anybody at any time, whether private organization, whether a government organization. You need enough exposure. And one of the ways to gain this exposure is the number of places where you have worked with. While we are not encouraging jumping from one organization to another, but you need enough exposure while you work. These are what you will need to pull into your own business. Number 2, to gain more connection. If you have worked in 2 or 3 places, you gain more connection. There is no doubt. You'll be connected. You know more high flyers. You have more information. You get connected. Moving from better organization to the best organization that you desire will be easy for you if you are connected. And one of the ways to be connected is to associate. And one of the ways to associate is to go out. You go to your work from Monday to Saturday. Some go from Sunday to Sunday. Some go from morning till evening. By the time they come back in the evening, they cannot do anything again. They're already worn out. How do you get more connected? If you have worked in a place for 5 years, it is good for you to move to another organization, whether you're going to go and start your own or you're going to go and move to another organization, so that you gain more connection for you to be able to stand on your own later if you want to start your own business. Number 3, to gain more experience. You need more experience for organizations, for companies to consider you fit for the job. What is your experience? What are you coming to the table with? These are part of what they are going to consider. Your exposure, your connection, your experience. What is your experience saying? What is your CV saying? Is your CV well built up with so much experience in what you are trying to apply for? And if you work in a particular place for so long, a number period of years, and you want to work in another place, they will know that the only experience you have is confined to a particular place where you have worked with for 10, 15, 20 years. You have no such more experience, no exposure added to your experience when you have only worked in a place for 10, 15 years. Say you have worked in like 2 places within the space of 10 years. You'll be highly respected because your CV will be heavy. You'll be highly connected and you'll be exposed. That's number 3 reason why you need to resign from where you are working right now to go and work in another place. Especially if you have worked in your present place of work for 5 good years. Number 4, gain more visibility. You need to be visible. You need to be exposed. You need to be known in your line of business, because one day you are going to become someone that can be consulted in this line of business, if that is one of the things you desire. Because it is beautiful that after you have worked for so number of years, that you now put yourself together and start consulting for people, start consulting for business and organizations. So how do you achieve this when you have not gained visibility? You can even work for 5 years and resign and go and start your own consultancy or your own business. You can work for more years and resign. But what are you going to do afterwards? If you are thinking of going into consultancy where they consult you, where you go for training to train people in the line of your work, where you have garnered so much experience, you need to gain visibility. How do you move from here? Where do you go from here when you have worked for so long number of years in a particular place? No visibility. That is why you need to resign from where you are working right now to and seek employment in another place for you to gain more visibility. Number 5 reason why you need to resign from your present place of work to go and work with another business or organization is for you to earn more money. Sometimes sitting down with a particular organization for more than 5 years, they don't really appreciate you. They want to still be offering you peanuts. And that is why some people, when they write to their management that they are intending to leave the place of work to work in another place, that is why you now see that they will increase their salary. Because they have been working in this place for years, they don't even appreciate them. The salary increment is not the only reason, not the only ways to appreciate staff, not the only way for people to be appreciated. But it is important, because what's the essence of working in a place for years is nothing to write home about. What's the point? What's the reason for working? No point working in a particular place of work and the only thing you are being paid is peanuts. No proper increment as at when due, especially if your money, if your salary is not increased. And if your salary increased, but you fit, but you know that you're worth more than that, depending on your input in that place, you need to move on and go and work in another place of work, especially if you have worked where you are right now for 5 good years.